Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Jeremy B. Hill Show. Hey, friends, how are you? A little daily perspective for you. You know, uh, all of us have people it is that we follow. We have people that we look to. We have people that we inspire to be like. Sometimes these are friends or acquaintances or people that is we know in business. Sometimes these are folks in the community or somebody that you read about in the paper or see on the news or you follow on social media or see on TV. You've heard their podcast, you've read their book, and they're just the coolest thing since sliced bread. These are people that inspire you. They motivate you. That they stir something inside you to be better or to keep going. To know that if they can do it, you can do it. You know, they call something inside of you, inside of me too, inside of all of us, to try to come out and be recognized. And so the thought here is that if you take a minute, would it actually surprise you that these people that we look to, that are heroes or whatever it is that we call them, would it surprise you to take a minute and step back and look at these people who inspire you and realize that they're just people too? So often it is we look on the guy at the cover of the Wheaties box or whoever just got the big contract or the woman that runs a big company is kicking ass and taking the world by storm, or the new athlete or the Tony Robbins or the whoever it is. And while we're struggling, we think, God, man, they just got everything figured out. They are just full of motivation and inspiration and this kind of thing. And what I don't think that we realize or give credit to is that those people have people too. The Tony Robbins, the Dean Graziosi, the Kobe Bryant, the Cody Sanchez, the people it is, Ed Milet, whoever it is that you follow or that you aspire to be or that you're looking at in your community, those people have people too. Those people have people it is that they get fed from, that inspire them. And so if you can get your mind wrapped around that for a minute, the question it is that I want to ask you is, well, what about you? Along your journey, have you ever stopped to think that you might actually be that somebody for someone else? Unless you're an athlete or a movie star or something like that, whatever. Unless you're used to being in the public or used to being watched or followed, the answer for most people is, well, no. But the reality is you don't have to be rich or famous to make an impact or to have an influence. This came up recently. It is for me that I had made a post on LinkedIn several months ago, and I remember exactly when the post was written. I remember what I was doing, where I was, the cigar I was smoking, and I just penned these thoughts down at a time that my heart was really full, just really heavy. You have those times where your heart's heavy and there's just stuff in your head that where you like need to download your brain or something, right? Well, I needed to pen my thoughts. I needed to get my emotions out just on paper or your notes app or something to just get clarity around what my thoughts were. And it's almost a release of sorts or some kind of self-therapy. I think we've all been there at some period of time where you just need that mental download. And I'd kind of put those thoughts together and I had shared them on LinkedIn a few months ago. And I ended up receiving a note from a guy who I've never met, who I wasn't connected to or friends with on LinkedIn, who just happened to be going through his own shit. He was going through his own struggles. And he shared some of that with me, that he was going through a time in transition in his life and in his marriage and his job, that he was going kind of through a restart or a reinvention of him. And somehow he ended up coming across my post, and it just kind of struck a chord or resonated with him. And elicited enough as such it is that he just wanted to reach out and call and send a message and just say thanks. And that got me to thinking that, you never know who's watching. For me as a husband and a dad, I know my wife and kids are watching. I know they're paying attention to what I do, the habits I have, the example that I set, good and bad. The times when I'm kicking ass and the times that sometimes I'm just taking punches and trying to get through it. For my wife and for the other moms out there, I know that she is looking at the example it is that she's setting for our children, and how to model that. She's looking at the example for what our boys should look to, and what a good wife is, and how my daughter should be, and model to be a supportive wife and a supportive, wonderful mother, and how she can be the best version of her that she can. I know our friends pay attention to what we're doing as a family. The old friends I haven't talked to in a while, the distant, cousins and this, that, and the other thing. But what I wanted to get across to you is that all of us, each of us on our journey, are having some kind of impact. And the decisions it is that we make and the model it is that you set and the standards it is that you hold for yourself and have for yourself and your business and your family. I want you to think for a minute that there may actually be somebody it is that's watching you, that is looking to you for inspiration. They're looking to you for that model. They're looking to you for the fact that if they can overcome, if they can keep going, if they can, wake up and swing the bat again, that if they can do that, then maybe I can too. And so when you think of that, you realize that the standards that you set for yourself and the example that you set are important. That there may be somebody watching it is that needs to see me, or that needs to see you, or that is looking to you and watching you for a means to just kind of hold on and get better and get through. And I don't want you to take that as a burden. I want you to look at that as a blessing. So when you go through the day this week, when you go through just your normal routine, just remember the fact it is that, these people it is that you hold out that are a model to you, that are an inspiration to you. You might actually be that for somebody else. And so take pride in what it is that you do. Have a standard for yourself. And no matter what it is that you do, just keep going. Just keep going. One foot in front of the other for whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Just keep going. Because what you do, it does make a difference. Hope that helps, my friends. Thanks for listening today. This has been the Jeremy B. Hill Show. If you liked today's episode, go on and give us a 5-star review. Not 4, but 5. And even more importantly, share it with somebody else. This is Jeremy B. Hill. Your success is waiting for you, but it's not going to wait forever. Go get it.